All right. So let's have a fun Monday morning discussion. Feels like lunchtime for me. I've been up since 3:45 this morning. I'm doing a new routine where I get up at very early. 3:45 at 5 is my new wake up call to do some pre-market trading. So, and actually there's a couple reasons why I'm doing this live this morning. So, one, I had a conversation. I connected with a woman yesterday on Facebook, and I brought up a name that was a mutual friend that and they're in the same company, and I mentioned the name, and she came back with, yeah, no, like I don't remember exactly what she said. I'm not going to look it up, but it wasn't super positive because the dude was like in that company, and now he's in there sniping people and trying to recruit him into this other deal that he's in. And it's interesting. It's like, I think sometimes it's like people think it's like a shortcut, and I totally get why networkers want to try to recruit other networkers. It's like, oh, well, they've got experience, they've got followers, they've got a team. Let me go get them. And it's like a shortcut. And it's like, I'm watching this. I've been following this trader for the last 3 months, and I finally joined his community over the weekend. And I've been on a live stream this morning since 4 a.m. my time. And one of the things he talks about, which is super important, is don't mirror trade him. That means, looking over his shoulder and going, oh, there's that guy's trade. I'm going to do the exact same trade because, and whether you understand trading or not, you end up losing because you get in too late, you're selling after he sells. And it's like, people look at that like a shortcut, like, okay, here's my shortcut. Like, I don't have to learn the skills of trading. I can just shortcut my way and just copy trade or mirror trade this guy. And I've done copy trading with cryptocurrency, and it's very, very difficult, but I know that's not the subject this morning, but I've been 2 hours, actually 2.5 hours of being on this live stream this morning. So, it's interesting when we, the network marketing profession is as big as it is. It's really, really small, and word travels and people talk. And so, I think to some extent it can destroy your reputation, and your reputation is not something you can buy back. It just isn't. So, I fully understand the thought process. I've been in this game for a very long time, but I don't think you're doing yourself any service by either cross-line recruiting people from a company that you were in and now you left. And it's always interesting because, like, a week ago, the deal that you were in was like the greatest thing since sliced bread. And now you left, and now it's a piece of crap. And I mean, that in and of itself is a move that I've seen people make probably hundreds of times. And people that are in the know, and we just kind of shake our heads and go, dude, what are you doing? Like, last week it was super cool, it was awesome, and now it's a piece of crap. It's like, how did it all of a sudden turn into poop? And then, and the other thing about that is, not only does it destroy your reputation, which you really can't get back, it also presents an opportunity, a negative opportunity, where you can get litigated against. So I know, look, sometimes companies sue people for reasons that aren't super cool, and that's not really justified. But like, if you were a leader in a company, and I would even use that term loosely, but I do know leaders that will be in a company, and then they'll snipe people from another deal as they go build this new thing. And it's just, I don't know how much depth I want to get in on that. I just think, number one, it's not it's not at all good for your reputation. Number two, I think it shows a lack of confidence. It's like, oh, so your ability, it's like, it's kind of showing your cards. Like, okay, so you can't go recruit people on your own accord and introduce people to the network marketing profession. You've got to go snipe people from another deal that maybe they know you because you're in that company. And the other thing is, like, also with with where we're going in terms of technology, and I mentioned this briefly on a live last week, like, for example, AI, just so you guys know, like, AI is not going away. Okay. So I think, it's a pretty powerful and amazing tool. And you can sit here and fight it and complain about it and all of that, but, like, it's changing the game. It's changing the game in all different types of businesses. So, I mean, I'm so grateful that I've got this AI platform that I've been using for the last 5-6 months that, I mean, it's unreal. If I, and maybe this week I'll do I'll do a live stream on that and do screen share. I don't know if I can do screen share, actually. I mean, I can, but I don't want to show any personal data. So I'll put out a recorded video on that. But, like, the fact that thing in particular, artificial intelligence, is disrupting the workplace, like, I think that creates an even bigger opportunity for us to expand the network marketing space. And if you look at the figures over the last, I mean, probably 10 plus years in terms of, like, year in, year out growth of the industry at large, it's only been like 2 to maybe 3% annual growth. If we look at it on a global scale, I don't know. I haven't seen the most recent statistics, but it's somewhere around $183 billion a year that's moved through direct selling. And I mean, I can remember, like, just, a few years ago, it was like 175. And so it hasn't really grown that much. And I don't know what the real reason is behind that. I'm not going to say it's because people are just cross-line recruiting and it's like this incestuous movement from one company to another. It's like these migrational patterns, right? And I don't know that that's ever going to disappear. It most certainly isn't. But I do think it shows a lack of leadership and confidence when you that's your mode. I'm going to go, and I know people, and I have no respect for them, that's their thing. They just go recruit network marketers. There was a guy that I don't want to say I competed against years ago, but I was in the lead generation game many moons ago. And this guy, his whole game was selling genealogy lists. And, like, even like when I teach recruiting professionals, which is like something that I focused on quite a bit over the last many years, in my course, I specifically tell people, I'm not saying go recruit other network marketers. I make my point very, very clear in that training program. I'm talking about going after other professional categories that would likely do well in network marketing if they were to come over here because of their skills, their habits, the things that they already do in their current occupations. But I make it very, very clear, like, I'm not saying go after professional network marketers. But even as I say that, I know some people are just they're going to say, whatever, Falcone, I ain't listening to you. Fine. You can, spoil your reputation. And it's just, it's talked about. Like, I mean, this business is not that big, even though it's $183 billion a year, whatever the number is currently, it's not that big. And word travels fast, very, very fast. And it's like, you don't even know that people are talking about you. Like, even the conversation that I had on Facebook Messenger yesterday, the dude that we were talking about, he has no idea that we're talking about him. And I can tell you the words that were used were not good. And the other thing is, it's kind of like if you steal somebody from another company, it's almost like cheating, right? Like, you can, like, okay, well, if a cheater sucks somebody else from another marriage over into another deal, do you think they're going to stay with you? You know what I mean? So they're going to very likely leave in the future and go someplace else the next time somebody else, enamors them with, our deal is so much more exciting and so much better. And I can tell you that from experience, what appears better on the outside, on the onset, you start peeling a couple layers of that onion back and you realize, like, every company's got problems. Every company's got imperfections. Might be a different imperfection than the other one. But you're never going to find perfection. You got to figure out, okay, how can I make this work? And again, you'll have people that leave you the same way. So I just think the best plan is to bring in new people. New people are great because they've never done it before. They're typically coachable. You can mold them. They don't have bad habits. They don't have, it's just a different deal. I mean, imagine, like, think about it for a second, like if you can remember back that far, if you've been around for a little while, like the first time that you got started in a network marketing company, the very first time you got started in a network marketing company, you were super excited, probably didn't know about all these other things out there and everywhere. And you're like following the path, following the process, hopefully listening to every word your upline, your leader, your expert was saying, and had that laser focus. And it's like, I don't know. I mean, new people are amazing. So I don't know. It was just it was really interesting. I was on this, I was on my computer yesterday and made a few new connections on Facebook. Saw somebody that would, that I wanted to, connect with, and just honestly, in rapport building, I was just like, oh yeah, do you guys work together? And she's like, no. I was like, okay. And immediately mentioned, no, he's been stealing people from this company. And I was just like, ugh, that sucks. I'm sorry. But I don't know. It's like, and here, now I'm not going to mention this guy by name, of course, but if she mentioned how she feels about him to me, pretty good odds that if his name comes up in the future, it's not going to be, whatever words are used are probably not going to be great words. So I don't know. This doesn't, I'm going to go back to, like, the market just opened. So I'm going to go back and focus on that. But I just wanted to pop in here for a couple minutes. Like, you'd be so much better off. Like, I mean, what example are you setting too? Like, if your team sees you, they're just like recruiting about other network marketers. What are they going to do? I mean, it's like monkey see, monkey do. People are going to do what they see you doing. So they see you try. And the other thing is, like, you might have like years of network marketing experience and knowledge, and you can talk the talk better than other people can, perhaps. But then you got your new guy or girl that's in there, and they see you like recruiting other network marketers, and they start going on social media just trying to find other network marketers and doing the cheesy, stupid stuff. They're going to get, you know what that's going to do? That's going to damage them even worse, because they don't have like the skills. They don't have the experience. They don't have the thick skin. They don't have any of the things that you might have. Well, one thing you might be lacking clearly is ethics and integrity. Now, I'm not saying you, I don't know, whoever's watching this, right? They're going to always tend to do the things that, it's funny, they do the things that we do more so than the things that we tell them to do. That's just a fact. So that's why, like, anytime if I was doing a leadership training, I would be going, okay, point number 1 is lead by example, set the pace, do the things in the way you want your team to be doing them, because they're going to be observing you. They're going to be like a good follower. Like, I'm watching this guy Ross right now, who's wearing a green. It's so funny. He's wearing, like, I don't even know what it is. He's wearing a green head to toe bodysuit. He's a super funny dude. Because yesterday, or like on Friday, apparently he wore a red sweater and he lost a bunch of trades. So if you don't know the markets, green is good and red is not good. That means green, you're in profit, and red, you're not. So he's wearing like a full on green bodysuit right now, which is kind of funny. But anyhow, Yeah. So cross-line recruiting, no bueno. People talk about you, your reputation gets trashed. And look, let me also say this. Like, if you bump into somebody, like, people ask me, like, are you saying you would never recruit and you've never recruited a network marketer in your history, Todd? No, I'm not saying that. But I wouldn't sit down at my desk and go, okay, what network marketers can I go after? Now, for me, I go after network marketers all the time because that's what I do. I provide training for companies and I talk to owners of companies, C-level executives, and top leaders. That's all I do. That's all I talk to. So that's different for me as a speaker and a trainer. But like, if I was sitting here, okay, I'm building a team, I'm going to find, honestly, it's like, if you ask me, what would your main mode of recruiting be? Recruiting professionals, period. End of story. And I think the categories of professionals that I would target now would expand based on what's happening with AI in the marketplace, because AI is definitely impacting, in the next several years, there's going to be a lot of job loss, and there already is job loss as a result of AI. The two dudes, I had one guy and then another one that were doing shorts for me, reels. I don't use them anymore because I got a tool that does the work for me. And that's just like the tip of the iceberg. So anyhow, I'm going to go back to trading, and then I'm going to be making calls the rest of the day. But yeah, just some thoughts on cross-line recruiting. In my opinion, no bueno. You do you. I don't think doing that's cool, but I don't know. Maybe you'll have to learn the hard way and realize, oh crap, I trashed my reputation by, being this person. I don't know. You only got one reputation, so might as well keep it, if you know what I'm saying. All right. Happy Monday, y'all. I know, super fun message for a bright and early Monday morning, almost 7 a.m. here in Oregon. And yeah, enjoy. We'll see you.